Hi, Class C100. I'm out here with the chickens again. And one of the upsides about keeping chickens is that when you have food that you wouldn't eat, like cores, like this celery core, or food that has been sitting in the fridge for a week, you can throw it out to them. You can throw out all the scraps and everything works together. So you'll hear me talk about sustainable farming. And what that means is that you're reusing items to keep your farm going, right? So this is low cost. This gives them a lot of greens, a lot of nutrients. And then they provide fertilizer and eggs. I really like the egg part because it's like a surprise. You'll go into their nesting box and you'll find a bunch of eggs. So it's kind of like Christmas, like, ooh, how many eggs will they lay today? Right now, they're not laying the chickens aren't laying any eggs because the days are shorter and we don't do supplemental light. We just try to keep them, give their bodies a break this time of year. But the ducks are laying. I just collected a dozen duck eggs today. But anyway, back to sustainable farming. Sustainable farming means that I feed them scraps. They produce fertilizer, which goes into my garden. The garden produces healthy plants. Like, you guys should have seen my tomato garden this year. I've never seen so many tomatoes, and they were huge. So my plants are fed well. Then the scraps go back into the chicken yard a lot of times, and they'll eat weeds. And then they'll produce more fertilizer, and then also eggs for us to eat. So their manure, or their poop, goes into my garden, and it feeds the plants. The plants feed us, and then the scraps go back to the chicken. You see how it's like a cycle? And that's sustainable farming. That's one of the upsides of farming. Not a whole lot goes to waste. We're using everything. And then some of the scraps in the kitchen that maybe aren't good enough for the chickens, so maybe it's broken down, or probably not something you want to feed them, then that goes into my compost pile, and that breaks down, and that also goes into my garden. So everything works together. So we're working to not waste anything. We're working towards sustainable farming. Come on. We're working towards sustainable farming. And those are all the upsides. We don't have a lot of waste. The downside of raising chickens or any animal is that it takes a lot of time, and you do have to make sure that they have fresh water, and you have to make sure that they have food and grit and calcium. And we need those things because we need to make sure that they're getting those things, because that's what they need to be healthy. She's not too sure about the camera. They need these things to stay healthy, and all living creatures need food and water. So Miss Hopper doesn't get a day off, right? Whether I'm staying in town or I am out here at the farm, I have to come out daily, and I have to make sure that they have enough water. I have to make sure the water isn't frozen over this time of year. I have to make sure they have enough food, and I have to make sure they're healthy. I have to check and make sure that they're doing okay. So that's the downside, but for the most part, they're a very important part of my sustainable farming methods, meaning that we're not wasting anything, that we're all working. Here she comes. Hi, sweet girl. Come on. You're not too sure. Yeah. Look at all those greens. Come on out. Come on out. That one's either Holy or Ghost. We have Holy and Ghost and Tiana kind of hanging out at the doors. Yeah, so here she comes. Yeah, it's good stuff, huh? So, and okay. There's Winnie. The gray one right there is Winnie. Yeah, get that lettuce. It's good stuff. You're not too sure. Yeah, he's in here with us, and you're not used to that. Oh, there's Tiana at the door. See her? She's one of the smaller hens. But anyway, they're very important to the farm. They're very important to producing good food that's nutritious for us to eat. And it's a nice way to recycle or upuse what we have so nothing goes to waste. She's holding up her foot right now. That is indicative that she's a little bit cold. Sometimes they'll pull their feet up because it's cold when they step down. So here she comes. That's my little black Marin. She's probably one of my favorites. I love her egg colors, and she's very chill. She's very laid back. Here's all my girls coming out now. Hi, sweet girls. I really enjoy my chickens. So that's the other thing. They're kind of a self-care thing, meaning that I enjoy them. They make me laugh. I look forward to spending time with them out here. So that's another benefit of having chickens, at least for me. That may not be true for everyone, but I really enjoy coming home after a long day of work, checking on them, seeing what they're up to. Here they all come. There's 9 in this flock. We have 21 hens. So you're eating the lettuce? That's Tiana eating the lettuce right there. She's enjoying that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on other videos. And I make these videos for my classroom to educate them about farming, science, and other things like communication skills. So if you found any benefit, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining Miss Toppert's C100 class.